Hey there, it's Darren, the medical missionary man in Costa Rica. I'm just doing a hot and cold therapy with Chip here. He's got some concerns with his feet that are cramping up, and so I just suggested a simple little therapy that will help not only the feet but the whole body. When we do this hot and cold therapy on our feet, I tell you, it makes your whole, it gives you a feeling of well-being because the circulation of the blood is so rapid. If our limbs are cold, the blood doesn't move to the cold extremities. It wants to go to where it's warm, you see. So if we can heat up the limb, then it would bring the blood, which carries the life. The blood carries the oxygen and the nutrition. It also works with the lymphatic system to truck out all the old material that's backed up and agitating the nerves. So the muscles, the nerves, bones, things can't function as they would because they don't have a supply of oxygen and nutrition that comes in the blood. So by doing the hot, you can bring the blood to the area. How was that there? Take a little bit hotter. Yeah, and it does cool off quite rapidly. So okay, let's go for some. I think we're good to go into some cold here, Chip. Got some ice there for the cold. Is your toes curling up there now? Is that what they were doing, or is that just?
There's naturally, normally they curled on that foot. Toes will cramp and curl down.
Well, I absolutely guarantee you how fast you'll feel a relief from this. I've seen in just one session to take away the need for an operation. One session will relieve pain, or even one session can eliminate an amputation. It can just put a person in pain, or
somebody please help! A cat is chasing me! Do something, Mr. Human! Help me!
I'm gonna get that lizard right there. This cat is after that lizard.
Oh, easy, easy, easy! I'm just a little guy. Be careful, be careful.
Hey, look at that! I cut myself a lizard.
Oh, thank you, medical missionary man. You saved my life.
Put him in here for now.
Oh no, don't put me here, don't put me here, you'll find me here.
Sorry for the interruption. One time I had the Montezuma's tropical disease where one gets you and you're all sick, sore bones, thrown up, diarrhea. And
Play ball, anybody?
after suffering with it for 4 days, I realized I could be doing hot and cold therapy. So I put my feet into the hot tub, at the hotel I was in, and then just showered them off with the cold. And there was such a transformation in this one session, so it works wonders. What do we like for heat there? Okay, I'm gonna put this kettle back on. Feels colder, right?
Yeah, for the workshop.
Yeah, once you get the contrast in temperatures, you can see. Now you should start to see the red come into your feet here. Like, it wouldn't hurt to keep these up. A taller bucket would have been better, but Chip here doesn't have a tall enough bucket here. But even doing the feet, but if you can do the whole limb, it's better. And if you can even do what's even better than the, I mean, the foot hot and cold is great. If you can do the whole body, you can go from hot to warm and build your way into hot and cold showers. And when you do this, you actually build white blood cells. You can double your blood cell count, or you can magnify it 10 times, like from 4,000 to 40,000 white blood cells if you go from a hot steam shower into an instant cold dip. It's really exciting to see how you can build white blood cells with hot and cold water. So let's go back to the warm. I'll come back with some warm water.
You go back to the warm?
I think so, yeah. Are they starting to turn color? Yeah, you see how they're starting to turn red now? Mm-hmm. But sometimes, you know what, you might not get the red on your first treatment because they're stubborn. The blood hasn't been moving there, but maybe on the second treatment, you're going to see a lot of red. There wasn't enough ice in the fridge, so that could have been as cold can be.
Be ice water.
It could be ice water, yeah. If you're going to do your whole body, you're not going to be able to jump into an ice tub of water. You want to go into a lukewarm. Or if you're going to do a compress a little bit, it's just it's easier to take a lot of cold on your feet. Okay, so let's... Now that I got your feet a little bit adjusted to the temperature, I'm going to add some more water. And get this one as hot as we can take it. How does that feel?
Feel that heat.
Too much, or is it still doable?
It feels doable.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead and take some time.
If you're diabetic, by the way, diabetics don't have the circulation because the blood vessels have been restricted due to the insulin intake. So the blood won't displace as readily when your feet are really hot. You know, the blood's moving through the limbs, displace that heat. But if there's poor circulation, then you want to keep it a little cooler. Okay, so that feels pretty warm. Okay?
It feels warm.
Feels nice and warm. So that's what you want to do. You want to make sure that you get enough hot water to start with. You can have your cold water. You can have an ice bucket to keep adding ice. And make sure, even if you had a thermostat, 112, no more, 110 degrees Fahrenheit. And then you're going to get a pretty good reaction. So let's do a quick cold dip. See if we can get some color in these feet. So how's it feeling so far?
Feels good.
About the,
Getting some color in them.
yeah, once you get them achieved beet red, then you know you have achieved your purpose. You have the therapy. And if you don't get them red, like in one 20-minute session, I got these diabetic limbs. Both of them were red, whereas there was no color in them at all. You couldn't bring any color. If you pushed on them, there would be no sign. So I wanted to show you this because if I tell you, people say, yeah, I'll do it, but they don't. But once you see
It
it.
helps. It makes all the difference is doing it once, even if we don't have the ideal temperature, because now I know how to do it.
Yeah.
What to look for.
In 3 minutes and a minute, maybe not as a general rule. Sometimes you say 4 minutes in the hot and 1 minute in the cold. So but the idea is, basically you want to do more hot and then some quick changes up with the cold to get the reaction. So I talked about this in my book a little bit, didn't I? I explained the process that saved my leg from what I thought was going to be amputated. I met a man. He put a charcoal bandage on my leg, drew the poisons out in 3 hot and cold sessions of therapy over 2 weeks, and it saved my limb. See, there you go. That's a good example. It was in the book, and you said the book, you enjoyed reading it, it put it all together for you, but yet we don't do this. We need to be walked through it. I read about hot and cold therapy, and I read about the charcoal poultice. I knew about them, but I didn't. I read about them years and years ago, and yet I was losing my own leg, and I didn't bring it enough to mind to think, hey, put a poultice on this and do the hot and cold. It's like an old guy said to me, you have to be shown 6 times before you're shown once.
That's good.
Yeah, when you pour the water, you got a little bit to the side, to the left and to the right, and mix it around a little bit because she get kind of warm in one spot. But once you take them out of the water and towel them off and just sit with them, then you would be surprised. Then that's when you're going to feel like they feel like amazing. Okay, happy to do another hydrotherapy session, teach somebody, pass on the information, make another video. You don't have to be sick.